you're in for a treat today. I'm going to be teaching you the single most powerful weight loss tool that I can teach you, and it works like magic, I promise. I'm going to be sharing with you exactly why it works. I'm going to be giving you the strategy that I teach my clients both in my Diet Makeover Program and my one-on-one coaching. And then on top of that, I'm going to give you the 3 things I need you to focus on to make sure you're taking action. There is all kinds of take home and apply right now tips today, and I'm excited that you're here. Thank you so much for joining me. If we haven't met before, my name is Tessa Shears. I'm a weight loss coach for women, and I help women achieve all of their goals coming from fitness, health, the food they eat, and how they feel when they pull on their jeans. It's my job to inspire you into action. And today we're talking about the most important weight loss tool that you will ever use. And it is your brain. And let me explain why. We have the most powerful machinery and tool on the planet right now, and it is called your brain. And here's the thing, the way we treat our brain is like we have this crazy program on it that can do all of these cool things, but we never even take it out of the box to figure out what it can do. It kind of just, sits on a shelf in the box, and we never explore its capabilities and its possibilities and what we can do with it and what we can achieve when we use it in the right way. Because the way that we are taught to use our brain growing up is just, information comes in, spit it out on a test, keep going, day to day, go through life. But what I have learned and what I teach my clients that gets them results every time is that when you use your brain to create your life on purpose, amazing things start to happen. So what I want to teach you about today is how to use your brain and how to upgrade the software on your brain so that you start getting crazy results that you are excited about, results that make you jump out of bed in the morning, and motivation is no longer an issue because you are pulled forward by what you are doing. So what I want to talk to you guys about today is using that brain that we all have to make strong decisions. I often find when I meet with new clients or I have my consultations with my one-on-one or they come through my programs that there's a lot of indecision. There's like, well, I really want to get started on this and I would love to start eating better and I'd really like to start meal planning and it'd be great if I could get an exercise program going and I'd love to drink more water and I'd love to sleep more. I mean, you probably have all of these little things that are on your plate, but we never make decisions about any of them and they feel very stressful. That indecision energy feels absolutely terrible. So what we're going to teach you to do today is learn how to make decisions that are going to affect your weight loss. But first, I need you to understand how the 2 components of your brains work. So we have this primitive part of our brain that all of our ancestors evolved with, okay? So this part of our brain, we'll call it the primitive brain or the caveman brain. It's got a couple jobs and that's it. Its job is to seek out pleasure, feel good all the time. That's that pizza, those chips, that's that glass of wine at the end of the night. Avoid pain. You're feeling stressed out at work. You're feeling tired. You're feeling overwhelmed. Eat. That's the solution. That's always been the solution, right? So we seek out pleasure, we avoid pain, and we keep it easy. You stay efficient. So as soon as you tell your brain you want to start exercising and eating well, you're like, well, that's not efficient. Let's just keep doing what we've already done. So that part of our brain is what got us to this present day today. It's what got us to evolve. But unfortunately, what keeps us here will not get us there. So if our brain has been running around for the last thousands of years being like, oh my gosh, we have to seek pleasure, avoid pain, and be easy. Everything needs to be easy. That had us get through survival. But now we're in a day today where there's not anything directly threatening our survival for most of us at all times. We're living comfortably in homes. We have water. We have food. We have electricity. There are all these things that we have now, so we don't need to use that primitive brain to stay alive anymore. So what has happened is we have developed this higher thinking brain, which is called our prefrontal cortex. And this is what makes me and you as humans completely different from every other species on the planet. And you know what this does? It lets us make decisions ahead of time. This new brain that we've evolved helps us plan. It helps us make decisions. It helps us think in the future. This is even what's the difference between teenagers and adults, is we're able to think ahead of time, look into the future and make decisions and act from there. So we have the primitive brain, which is all about now, instant gratification. Eat that donut, grab that glass of wine. It's an emergency. You're stressed out. We have to fix this. That's that brain. But you have developed this new brain that lets us plan ahead and make decisions. This is the brain that we don't take out of the box. We never figure out how to work it. We just kind of know it's there, and we could do some planning, but nobody's really ever taught us how. So we have this amazing piece of machinery that could change our lives, but we haven't conditioned it to be used properly. So this is what I teach my clients. We need to start using that amazing piece of machinery to make strong decisions and stick to them. So here is the trick that I teach them, and it is so simple. And if your brain is searching out some magic formula, some overnight transformation, you need to think it just comes down to this. Every night before you go to sleep, I want you to write down exactly what you are going to eat tomorrow. That's it. Because when you're sitting there at night, where you are is you are likely in a place where you are feeling more centered, more focused, and you can make decisions ahead of time for that next day. When you're making those decisions, you're in a place where you have your goals in mind. You're not subjected to cravings. You're not subjected to overwhelm. Your boss is not yelling at you. There's no deadlines. You are making decisions about what you want from your life from a neutral place. Most of us eat out of reaction. We get invited to lunch, we go. We're stressed out, we eat. It's noon, we eat. We don't give much thought to how this is affecting our goals. So the night before, I want you to sit down and I want you to plan out everything. And as best you can for times, and I know sometimes times can fluctuate, but as best you can, I want you to decide on the foods you're going to eat. Now, here's the thing. Your brain is going to want to do this. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner tomorrow night. I don't know. I don't know what the groceries are. I don't know what my husband is cooking. But here's the thing. If you stay in that confusion, you don't let yourself use that higher thinking level, because here's the thing. Each day you make your plan, you're going to learn, and you can plan better the next day. It's not going to be perfect. There are going to be screw-ups and failures, but this is how you learn to use that part of your brain. So get out of confusion. Stay out of the drama and the chatter going on in your brain and make a decision about what you want to eat. And if you need to go grocery shopping so you can plan better for tomorrow, that's part of the process. So now, it's literally as easy as deciding ahead of time. Now, I'm going to let you know 3 quick places that we like to get stuck, or our brain likes to trip up when it comes to this simple thing. So number 1, here's where we like to get stuck. Our brain likes to think, that's too easy. What about all these Pinterest diets? What about exercise? What about eating only broccoli and chicken breast? What about all of this stuff? Like, what? This is too easy. I'm not even going to do it. And our brains think that something that small as taking 2 minutes to write out what you're going to eat at roughly what times and roughly how much the next day, we don't think that that's significant. But I'm going to tell you that that story of this won't make a difference, that's too easy, that is a story you're choosing to believe that is not serving you. I'd like to always ask my clients, how is what you're currently doing working for you? If it's working, great. If it's not, ask yourself why. And if you're sitting there going, I need something more complicated and fancy, maybe that's the problem. So I want you to start looking at these beliefs you have and ask yourself if they're serving you and if you still want to keep holding on to those, okay? So number 1 is your brain's going to think it's too easy, it's not big enough, I need something more this, that, or the other, okay? Just let that go. Let that go. Number 2, we try to make a plan that is perfect. So you try to go and you write out what you want to eat tomorrow, and it's this like perfect plan where it's all these foods that you think you should be eating if everything were perfect. But the thing is, when you make unrealistic plans, it becomes very difficult to stick to them. So that's my tip in there. Make plans that are realistic. What foods are you actually, it's a little bit of a push. What do you want to include that would be healthier, but also what are you realistically going to eat? I mean, if you're making plans and you don't have any of that food in the house, well, you're not going to be able to stick to that plan. Make plans based on what you are realistically ready to do. And I mean, if you're eating pasta for dinner 7 nights a week, maybe we need to scale it back to 4. See how these are small improvements that you've decided on ahead of time. And number 3, the other thing our brain likes to get stuck on is swapping apparently healthy foods for other apparently healthy foods. So this is one of the ones that I find trips up a lot of my clients, is the plan like a healthy bowl or a nutrient bowl or something, like a salad at night or something like that. And then they'll come around and they'll get to the end of the day and they just don't feel like eating a salad, so I'm going to eat rice and these veggies instead. And they think it's totally okay because it's a healthy swap. And you know what? it kind of is and it kind of isn't. Because here's what I want you to think. While yes, you're right, both foods are healthy, what it teaches your brain is that when you plan something, it doesn't mean anything because you are able to talk yourself out of it. By planning something and sticking to what you said you were going to do, it allows you to make strong decisions, and then it allows you to develop the capability and the confidence that you are able to follow through. So it's not so much about the healthy food swapping for the healthy food. It's about teaching your brain that when you commit to something, it means something. It matters. It's about developing that skill of commitment, because over and over again, we keep running into, we go on, we try to eat a certain way, we follow keto, we follow paleo, we become vegan, whatever it is we want, but we can't stick to it. So we need to take this amazing piece of machinery that we have, take it out of the box and begin programming it in a way where we make decisions ahead of time that are based on what we want out of our lives, what we want to achieve. And then we just have to get good at following it. We have to get good at doing what we said we were going to do, and not thinking it's too easy, it's not going to make a difference. Not trying to make this perfect plan that's never going to work in our lives, and not thinking that, these healthy swaps don't mean anything. It's about becoming committed to your results. And it all just starts with making decisions ahead of time from that brain we've developed that allows us to plan, that allows us to make decisions ahead of time. And this is where true success starts, because it doesn't just limit you to weight loss then, because you get all that weight off, and then this is what I find with my clients, they get the weight off because they've learned how to be confident and make decisions, and then all of a sudden they go, what else is possible? And that's when the fun really starts, because once your weight is off and you're not limited by their focus on that, you look around and wonder what else you want to achieve with your life, and it is so much fun to do it that way. So this is what I wanted to teach you today. If you find that this has been amazingly inspiring, and just the idea that in a moment you can just decide, I'm going to try this for a week, and I'm going to try it for a week no matter what my brain tells me, no matter what comes up that makes me feel like this isn't enough, I'm not enough, I'll never see results, I'm so frustrated. What if you just decided right now to commit for 1 week? I would love that for you. And in other news, before I jump off today, if this is something you love, this is the exact kind of stuff I teach inside of my Diet Makeover Program, which is right now open for enrollment. So if you go to TanessaShears.com/join, you'll get to learn all about the complete step-by-step process I give you to help declutter your diet of processed and refined foods so you start feeling great. I teach you how to set up a whole meal planning system that you can put on autopilot so that you can go back to focusing on all the other stuff. You don't have to keep thinking about meal planning and prepping, because I'm going to help you make it simple, and better yet, you're going to drop your last 10 pounds. It's about waking up and feeling good when you pull on those jeans in the morning and they fit, and you have energy right when you wake out of bed, and you don't crash during the day, and you see your skin start to liven up and you feel hydrated, and all of a sudden you want to do more things because you have the energy. It's about learning that it's about hormones that are in charge of your weight loss, and the foods we eat affect the hormones we have, and the times of day we eat affect the hormones we have. So what I've done is I've taken the research I have done and the testing on over 50 women who have dropped their last 10 pounds, and I've put it into the Diet Makeover Program. It comes with a full library of over 47 videos that are bite-sized. I'm talking 10 minutes or less, so that you can fit them in between the moments of your busy schedule. Take it on the go and learn. And on top of that, you're going to get worksheets and checklists. Because it's a step-by-step system, there's nothing taken for granted. It's basically an implementation system to help you drop those last 10 pounds or even your next 10 pounds. And after we work through all that, we have a Facebook community where you can get direct access to me to ask me all of your questions about the program, the course, and build relationships with women that are on the same journey as you. So the Diet Makeover Program is open right now, and I've got to tell you, it is my best work to date in terms of sharing with you the strategies and solutions that work. It's about teaching you what your body responds to, what foods you're sensitive to, what foods cause you to gain weight and lose weight. It's different for all of us, so downloading diet plans on the internet doesn't work. I give you 130 recipes to learn from, to find out which ones work for you, and they're all Tanessa approved, which is the best part. And I would love I would love for you to become a part of the community that is making over our diet inside the Diet Makeover Program. So you can get that at TanessaShears.com/join. You can read all about it there, and when you're ready, you just click enroll and you can join me inside, and we can get to work on transforming your life, making decisions ahead of time, and getting your diet makeover. Thank you for listening here today, and I will talk to you soon.